Hello friends, Rooftop here. I received word that there's a court scheduled today against two defendants that were basically part of a coup or something bad that happened to the community patch a few seasons ago, the Vybor community. I was part of that community and that's the reason why I'm here, to hear what they have to say and maybe I can say something for myself. I'm incognito. Hello, hello.
Each people.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's
Hello.
that? Who's that? Who's that?
You don't recognize me?
I'm
I'm
having second thoughts
No.
about defending this guy.
Rooftop.
He looks like he imports
have you-
AKs to the
Jesus.
Taliban on a weekly basis.
Have you got a new mic?
This
Uh,
coincidence
no.
we are going together here.
No.
That's Chris Pizza. I don't know if you know him.
Of course I know him. What is
quick
the
rules.
protocol here?
Listen. I'm gonna get you quick rules. Listen to the court personnel. Don't bring grenades in. Don't kill people unnecessarily. Cool.
You doing, Mr. Rooftop?
Good. Taking some flying lessons. I'm almost a licensed
seen
pilot.
Something. Hey?
Yeah.
Seen something? I seen something.
Oh, this old man has loads of gear, but he has no place.
So I think everyone is here, and I'll introduce the case, since I'm the prosecutor. Most of you probably know me. I'm Ghost. I was the leader of the community in Vybor, which this case is about. But I will state my case pretty soon. I'll just introduce the rest of the court personnel. We have the yellow armbands. That's the security personnel, mostly the zoners, but also some other people. And we have the judge, Mr. Bush. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Ah,
Right next to you.
good. That's. And he'll be the judge. He will make the final verdict after we hear both sides. And then we have the defendants. We have Mr. Krisu. You can raise your hand. And we have Mrs. Nika. And then we have the attorneys. Mr. Krisu. Can you introduce your attorney, please?
My name is Valiant Goodman.
Valiant Goodman, okay.
Oh, that's it.
And then Mrs. Nika, with your attorney. Introduce, please.
Yeah, he's the Honorable Kiran,
The
also
master
known as the
architect.
Builder.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. And we have maybe one key witness that will announce himself when the time is right. So the case, I'll jump right into it. The case is about betrayal and conspiracy against the community in Vybor, where the community tried to make a neutral place where everyone is welcome, and everything looked perfectly fine. There was agreements made with the different factions on the server, and everything was totally peaceful, 100%. But something was off the whole time, and I believe that Nika and Krisu, it's their fault that the community fell apart and that a war started between the Nomads and the community. And this is done from the Nika side, who was the mastermind behind it. She used the sweet summer child group Nomads Plus, and she tried to use them against the community. She also tried to influence different community members to start a war, and she also played Krisu a little bit so that he was being Krisu, a dick, you could say, and by that starting the war.
Silence.
One faithful night at the community. So that's the case in total. Any questions?
None, Your Honor.
Nika?
Not yet, no.
No? So I will turn first to Krisu and then Nika. So Krisu, you can make your first speech to defend yourself. floor is yours. You can come up here.
Ridiculous.
Amen.
Okay. That was very, very poetic, Krisu.
Yeah,
Anyway, I will be speaking behalf of my client.
of course. You may.
The honorable member, yeah, thank you. The honorable members of the Court of Justice of the once glorious state of Generous. These claims against my client, Krisu, are overblown and ridiculous, saying none the least. And he denies all of the charges placed upon him.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Let's move on to Nika.
I think I will take the word then.
Yep.
My client is innocent, and we put all blame on Krisu to start the war between the community and the Nomads. My client, Nika, was actually trying to help the community see what the Nomads were doing from the beginning, and that is causing mischief
Your Honor,
in the
that's hearsay.
community, attacking the community, stealing
Hearsay.
equipment of the community,
Silence. Not you. Carry on.
and that from the very first day on.
Okay.
Please don't interrupt
you.
when we have a speaker. It's your turn, sir.
Okay.
Mr.
Then
Goodman.
I'd like to call the key witness to the stand.
Witness to the stand, please. Young lady, would you please hurry up?
No way.
Me päästään pois tästä.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, young lady.
Hello, everyone.
Speak your name.
That's not a lady.
My name is Z. Howdy.
How do you do?
Welcome, C. I hope you're fine this night.
Objection! These is snake.
And,
Sustained. Z is a snake. Sustained. There you go.
okay. Okay, guys. So I've been trying to do. I've been collecting the evidence, but about what happened. So this is my point of view, and only my point of view from the thing. So, in the last of April, 2022, Nika has submitted a meeting with the CCPD group and me. The meeting were held on the roof of the Vybor apartment. You remember that, Mrs. Nika?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Mr. Judge,
Yes,
say
ma'am.
that Nika has approved that. She know that happened.
It's
And the roof
it's
of
been
the bubble?
recorded. It's
Good.
been recorded.
The subject of that meeting was about some information that she had about the conflict that gonna rise between the Finns and the Nomads. Is that right, Mrs. Nika?
Between the Finns and the Nomads?
Yeah,
I don't remember it that way.
of course. That was
sure you don't.
That's what someone guilty will say. Anyway, and she also touched to how Ghost is losing control of Vybor community and
Where
cannot
did you
rule.
touch him?
No, touched. That's mean I don't know what is the word. Is it touched? Yeah, I
Did you
think.
touch him, Nika? Is this
I
true?
did-
Not in the.
No, that's a lie.
Did you touch him? You touched him?
No,
I would
no, no.
never. No.
But
Objection! My client did not touch anyone.
Was it in the
But-
no-no
Touch
square?
some people.
Okay, let's proceed.
Show me on the bear,
So-
sir, where she touched you.
No. She touched. By touched, I mean she said stuff about Ghost. That he cannot rule that community. And he's losing it. Because he let the Nomads as, like, be there. If you know what I mean. So anyway, she said the Nomads can never be trusted. I mean, in that case, I'm also on the same page with her, to be honest. Anyway. In the end of that meeting, we have established that a new force should be arisen as an anti-nomad force. It was called the Nomad Plus. And yeah, the rest is history. As a conclusion, what Nika's trying to do in that time, she was trying to overthrow ghosts from the Vybor community. Thank you.
Wait, may I cross-examine the witness?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you may.
Z, is it correct that a nomad can never be trusted?
True.
Is it correct that at the time of the incident, Krisu was a nomad?
No.
No?
He was a Finn. He was a Finn. He was not a nomad.
Mm-hmm.
Is it correct that he was playing with the nomads and was maintaining the same base as the nomads?
It was the community base, not the same base. It was for everyone.
Let the record state Krisu was in fact a nomad during this period.
No, he wasn't.
Yes.
Was
I
he?
think the witness is not trustable.
I mean, in his heart, he was always a Finn.
Krisu was a nomad. He got a call. Him and Brian received a call from Andrew while he was at Green Mountain. Do you remember this?
Negative, I don't.
Well, the nomads called in Krisu. Krisu answered the phone, and then he hung up and said, "Brian, it is time." And then he came and joined the nomads, and he was living with us at the ATC.
The witness seems to have memory issues. That's why we can disregard everything he said. I rest my case.
That's all you have, sir?
I'd like to put Nika to the stand.
Yes, I would also like to have a word on my own, if I may say something first. So,
I would like to be next after that.
first off, I'm honored that you think I had a master plan to do all of this war and all these things, but in reality, I just had to show what the nomads were doing, and the war just started because of the actions of the nomads, and it was not my doing. What Z mentioned, I mean, some of it was a little bit
forget my helmet.
was wrong because he might confuse some timeline, but he was right that I asked the others to have a meeting and that I joined the Nomads Plus, but this was not to get the community to fall. It was to get the nomads to leave the community alone so the community could be a true community again, because let's be honest, it was not really free. It was under the pressure of the really close neighbors, the nomads. So, yeah, that was my intentions there. And of course, I didn't agree with everything that happened in the community or how it was run, but I never wanted the community to die in a war with the nomads.
Okay. I do have something small to add to this. This is the issue, though. You wanted the community to thrive, but you wanted to overthrow the nomads, correct?
Yeah, correct. After what I saw
Okay.
the nomads do to the community, that's
So
when
you guys got together the Nomads Plus, you were still under the rules of being the community. The community made up the Nomads Plus mostly. So the Nomads Plus were running around creating conflict with the Nomads and then hiding inside of the community, where the Nomads had no choice but to come seek out the Nomads Plus there, which did create a bit of a conflict and a war, right?
No, this is not true. I was not part of the community as I was not welcome in the inner circle at that point. I was just a helper. I died fighting the nomads there. I saw them steal stuff from the community's tents, and I mean, it's a long time ago. I'm not quite sure who was really all part of the Nomads Plus. I'm not sure if I even know, because I think some of them might be
I have a
secret.
list.
But most of them were not part of the community, as far as I know.
Okay. Okay, are you finished, Ms. Nika?
Yeah, if there's no more questions.
Any questions,
I have a question.
prosecutor?
Yeah, I have a question. You were against the Nomads during that period of time, correct? Would you say?
Yes.
So, and we have established that Krisu were probably a Nomad at the time, or yeah, he was a Nomad at the time. Yes?
Yeah, he was.
And you were seen with several occasions running together with Mr. Krisu and joining the community, like visiting the community together. And why is that?
So Krisu and me have been friends for a long time before he joined the Nomads, and at that point, when he joined them, it broke my heart. You can ask other people here. I didn't talk to him for a while because he did that, and then, well, I guess we decided that I decided that it might be worth still trying to have the friendship and have some adventures together besides the Nomads, but there was one situation where the real Nomad inside of him showed and he betrayed me, and then after that point I no longer was running with him for that inside of that period, like before the war started, I believe.
Can you describe this betrayal, please?
Yes, so we were visiting the zoners together, and I don't know how to explain it, it's a long time ago, but he basically backstabbed me, and it turned it so the Nomads the zoners would not trust me anymore.
So it's all Krisu's fault, is that what you're saying?
It wasn't completely all his fault. I did not get the situation right that we were in, but it was a trick by a Nomad to make to weaken the groups that were against them. That's what I would say.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Nika. Return to your counsel. Mr. Goodman, you had something you wanted to say?
Yes, I have. Silence. My client here. You accuse him of betraying the community and sowing the seeds of chaos within the base.
Yes.
And starting the war between Nomads and etc. etc. Let me just look at my documents here. Yes, as a matter of fact, Krisu was a Nomad, yeah, and spent his time in the community, and also defended the community multiple times from the raids. There was this one instance when Sakdo accused Krisu of stealing shit from the community tents in the AK-47.
Is Sagdu in the court?
I believe he is.
Sagdu, are you here?
Hey, so.
Hello.
He's not here, fuck.
Okay, then I'm sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to see if he was here if he could confirm this.
Yeah,
Okay,
and as a matter of fact, he was accusing of Krisu for stealing stuff, the weapon. And, well, Krisu had two weapons in his bag, and he showed his backpack to him, but he wasn't flinched by it. And after that, they let the matter to be. But some person named Joe. Do you know? Does anybody know a person named Joe?
I know
remember
him.
Joe. That's right.
Joe
old
Mama.
and wise Joe. Yeah,
Yes.
Joe.
I remember.
Sogda and Zhao, after Krisu, because they didn't believe him, and yeah.
I have some nail. Here you go. I'm sure I'll find something that I need. Three. Krisu,
He's
you have
asking
such
to
long
get his
fingers.
legs out.
It's like he will. Some people are just born with long fingers.
Yeah, sticky long fingers.
I found some nails on the ground.
The next step is a bullet at his head.
And they tried to put him in the handcuffs for this crime he didn't commit. But
I do remember
later
this.
yeah, good. But later they stopped running after Krisu. And yeah, I mean that's about it. Yeah. And after that,
May I ask a question?
no, sorry, there was something more. And after that, Krisu sent message to the Nomads about this incident, and apparently this caused a war between them. Oh, I also forgot to mention Joe killed him, and then Krisu sent message to Nomads, causing this incursion or war you speak of.
He threw them. He threw them over there.
Joe.
Now.
Oh, you are the dog. Go pick them up.
There. But I
really?
think that
That's a
he's
good
screaming for. He's screaming
Attention.
to get some like behavior punishment.
That'll be fucking bitch ass.
So
Prosecutor,
Sakdo
would
and
you like
Joe.
to cross-examine?
Yeah.
Any questions for the council up here?
No, that's within that story. I don't have no questions, but I have a question about the relationship between Mr. Krisu and Mrs. Nika during the time, how much plans you were doing together, and if these adventures had anything to do with starting wars between the Nomads and the community. Did you try to start a war intentionally, Mr. Krisu?
No.
Liar.
Shut the fuck up.
I have no further questions.
I do though.
Go ahead.
Was that incident you described where your client was killed, was that before he sniped people inside the community from the hill north of it, or after that? So was the shooting inside the community retaliation, or was it just because it's him?
It was after it.
Okay,
To
thank
my
you. So
knowledge,
you've
it was
confirmed
after
that
it, yeah.
that he sniped inside the community. Good. No further questions.
Okay, anything else?
No, I think that was all from my pockets.
Vittu sanoi, että oli kaikki.
No, ei se todellakaan.
English in the court, please, young lady.
Sorry, ma'am.
Is there anyone else who wants to witness against either of the defendants or have something to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
please step forward.
excuse me, sir. Who's this?
Mr. Rooftop.
Mr. Rooftop. Welcome. Welcome to the court, sir.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm back. I went on a course to learn how to fly. Still not there yet.
Nice.
Anyway,
Glad to have you back, Rooftop.
Yeah.
I remember Vybor very vividly. One of the most painful moments. Got killed most of the time there by snipers. And I remember some things. I remember I had a good relation with the Nomads, some of them. We were, in a good understanding. They took some stuff and we got some stuff. And I remember when they took some stuff that Nika was pushing us like, do you allow them to take that? Do you allow them to do that? I remember it felt like they wanted some us to take some actions against the Nomads, but I always deflected it. Then I had a friend, Joe, indeed, and he explained to me that Krisu was pushing his buttons. I don't know where his buttons were, but he killed Krisu for that. And then the Nomads messaged me and said, Mr. Rooftop, stay away. We're going to kill all the community. And then the war basically started. So, to my opinion, I think Nika was somehow interested that the community would take some actions against the Nomads. Well, everybody knew they were very bad. I mean, very big. Nobody dared to attack them. They had the base for all that time. Commercialized what they had inside the base, but nobody took them. So, yeah. That's it.
Finger points.
I have a question.
A little bit more. Yes, sir.
Well, I remember it
I think-
clearly.
I think this points to Krisu very strongly, because you just explained that he was trying to provoke people inside the community by pushing their buttons, as you said. That sounds to me like he was trying to start a war without being the first one to shoot.
Well, I think he did. I think he pushed Joe on the right spot. He knew where to push.
Yeah, come. Let's do it.
Trying to wait. Where are you?
Are you gonna have a boxing match? If you don't wanna have it?
Is that little thing there trying to box me?
You don't want to have a boxing match?
No, I would have a boxing match. Okay.
You're afraid to lose?
Yeah, yeah. He is.
Yeah, of course I am. Really scared.
It's quite scary not being able to shoot, you know?
And he snapped,
Where was the
basically.
spot
John the
at?
teddy bear.
It was
He
a
used his
mental
finger?
spot. No.
Okay.
It was... Joe has a lot of testosterone, and Krisu knew how to say the right
Fingered
things
him.
to make them snap, yeah. He said sorry to me, and he basically went away from the community because he had bloodlust. I wanted to kill everybody that moved in the map. Don't know if he did. But I died a lot after
Is
that.
one of the guards able to open the door for we have a zoner outside trying to get in?
Yeah. We'll open the door.
Thank you, Sir Knight Malta, the first order.
I'd like to add to the record that Joe left the community before killing Krisu.
So that means an outsider that wasn't part of the community killed Krisu, which then in turn led him to retaliate against the community and start a war.
I have
I don't
something to
see
add
how
to
my
that.
client is involved in this then.
I mean,
And
he
where
was
did
asking
the
for
other
it,
guy
though.
go?
I mean, he was acting like a dickhead. I guess it's not. Krisu was like talking about how often he killed Thomas outside, and like he was bragging about stuff like that. So he was making him angry on purpose. Do you remember when I was like, when Thomas and me went with the truck and the truck got ambushed, and Krisu was here when we talked about the plans? And I wrote in the Discord how it's like suspicious that it was a nomad here. It was actually Krisu killing Thomas there. He heard it here that we're going to get planks for the community, and then he made the ambush. Like he was also showing his middle finger to Joe and stuff like that. So he was like kinda teasing him, I guess. I can even kinda understand Joe, because I would get really angry too if somebody talked to me like that, like so, like a dickhead. I think Nomads are getting a bit bored. Maybe they're trying to find a reason to attack.
There, Mr. Valiant Goodman.
Joe was
English!
in Joe was in community. He wasn't outside, he was inside of the community.
Yeah,
At
was
that time
inside
he
the
was.
community, killed by a
Yeah.
non-community member. Yeah.
At that time he was.
Which unfortunately
English.
happens.
At the time when that happened, Sagdo was with him, trying to put cuffs on Krisu for accusing of him being a theft. I mean a thief.
Yes, speak to that accusation about him being a thief. At the time, it was well known that Krisu would steal stuff from the community, especially nails, for example. I think a majority of the nails from the Nomad base must have come from our walls. Whenever I were building and putting nails inside walls for later use, they were gone before I could build up.
Sir, do you have any
At least
proof
when
of
Krisu
this
was around.
accusation?
There must have been witnesses. Whoever helped building.
Are
must
any
be
of the witnesses here?
I mean, I saw him take some stuff, and he admitted it to
Oh.
multiple people, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There must be others too.
Yeah, we can hear. Very typical of his type.
I have some questions for the key witness, actually. If we could bring Mr. C back up.
Young lady, please approach. Young lady in the helmet, please approach.
Sorry. Yes, sorry.
I just want to... I'm sorry, yeah. I just want to get a quick question about the Nomads Plus. You were part of the Nomads Plus, correct?
I was.
And Nika was also a part of the Nomads Plus.
She was, yes.
Was there any conspiracies against the community done within the Nomads Plus?
The thing we did in the Nomad Plus, we did one thing. Stay away from Nomads as far as we can. If the Nomads
really
are in the
bad
north,
rap songs.
You are the judge, I cannot insult you. If we were in the north, Nomads were in the north, we should be in the south. If Nomads in the west, we will be in the east. That's what we did. And talking shit about the Nomads. No conspiracy itself around the community when we did the Nomad Plus, when like officially announced that we are Nomad Plus.
Not even overthrowing me as the community leader?
That was before we did the Nomad Plus.
So Nika has been conspiring against me as the leader of the community.
Before we did the Nomad Plus.
No further questions.
Starting to unravel.
Lies. I would like to add something more to that. My client whispered something in my ear.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Every time when Nomads were inside of the perimeters within the community in Vybor, Nika was always trying to put the people of the community against the Nomads. Every time causing even more chaos.
Sounds like Nika.
That only speaks to my client's best interest for the community, because the Nomads were blatantly stealing and doing everything they could to destabilize the community.
The Nomads were a very upstanding group in the society at the time, thank you.
I have some questions for Nika as well, if she could approach.
Oh.
Okay.
May I?
Somebody just got murdered?
Just carry on.
It was a schizoid.
Stuff to do.
Constantly giggling.
Okay.
Just
Killed
carry
Chris
on.
Pizza?
Did you kill them? Kill them.
No, I think he's sick or something.
He's just he's sleeping.
Okay. I'm proceeding.
He's taking a nap.
If you were in the Nomads Plus, we have already established.
Who killed him?
Then why didn't you go against the Nomads as the Nomads Plus and save the community that way?
It was from outside.
So the day that Zizo, the snake, described when we all came together.
Hey! I'm not a snake!
Hey!
Court has established
I
a first
apologize.
leg.
So, we were on different pages what should be done against the Nomads. We all agreed
No, you
that
shoot 'em
the
all.
Nomads were the evil
have a
and
revolver?
that they were the cause of the
Yeah, I have
problems.
one.
But while
shoot
most
'em.
people seem to want to bore the Nomads away, just not attack them, make them hate what they're doing and get, you know, just bored. Some of us wanted to attack them, and it took a while, but I started to make a plan. I started to gather a lot of grenades. I think we spent like 2 weeks gathering supplies, bullets, everything. And we even had the plan to move the Nomads base away from the community so it would be safe. But I think you remember the day when the Nomads base was teared down into, I don't know, just pieces left of it. And it was actually the morning of the day that we planned the attack. So when the attack should have happened, the Nomad base was no more. Somebody came before us and dismantled most of it. So our plan came too late. My actions, they were just to help the community get free of these Nomads and the evil. It was too late. I was not quick enough to actually do it. And if I can also say something about Mr. Rooftops, I don't know if it's accusations, because it's true that I pushed people to do something against the stealing and
Who killed him?
the pushing of the Nomads, but I don't know, that's my understanding of standing up for the community, standing up for what you do. Because if there was a day, I think it was the first day, that I brought building materials and 4-digit code locks to the new community at Vybor, and I saw how this man took them out of, or some of it at least, out of the shelters. And I think a community should not duck under the forces of bullets and all these threats that the Nomads usually do, so yes, that's why I did not shut up and just let them do what they did, but I spoke up. And I don't see that as doing a conspiracy against the community. I see this as fighting for the people and what they like.
Very well said, Mr.
Yeah, no further questions.
Can I cross-examine you?
Yes, sir.
So you do agree, indeed, Nika, that you push the buttons of Nomads causing this conflict in the first place by seeding?
No.
All right. Okay.
No, I only
more,
reacted on the actions that they did. I did not push buttons that made them do anything. I only showed what they already did. Stealing materials, stealing the truck. It's not like they took stuff that was supposed to be taken, like others did. They took the stuff that they shouldn't have.
All right, no more questions.
Yeah, I think unless someone else has something to say, then we could maybe have the audience move against the door and the court
Is there a
officials would
Polish
have...
Tom in the court?
Oh, I would like that something more.
Me too, after that.
Alright.
Mr. Chicago, don't you have a piece of evidence for me I was supposed to read?
Huh?
Would you bring it? Bring me the evidence you said you had for me, please?
What?
Go.
Just bring it.
Bring
me
the
the
evidence.
Bring me the evidence.
What am I bringing?
Come here. Come to Papa. Come here. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the evidence. It shows here that in June of last year, Krisu was driving intoxicated past the community, and he was silence. He was pulled over, and in his possession was found a extremely small wiener. Is this true, Krisu?
Your Honor, that's hearsay. That has nothing to do with my client's accusations.
Okay, well, let it be known that there was a picture taken and it was extremely small. Okay, back to the matters. Let's go.
Alright, any more questions or accusations or stories?
No, I would like to add something to this end. Only a small thing about the community as a whole.
Don't do it, man.
Isn't the idea of the community to have tents outside for the people to have loot from them? So
Depending on the community.
Yeah, and basically this whole thing about Krisu stealing something makes it makes it basically invalid.
You're saying that community loot is always common loot, so you cannot steal
Mostly
from the community.
Mostly private stashes are not to be touched.
Okay, we're talking about
to
building
my
materials.
knowledge, in that specific community, there was a secret stash room that nobody could access, and Krisu did not steal from it, or in general.
He has a point.
Nice save. Okay, so Krisu took building materials from that open yard.
Negative.
And he also took a negative. Okay. I think we have at least one witness of that. Do we have another witness of Krisu taking?
Would you like to name that witness?
Items? Well, that witness is Nika. That
Yeah.
witness, I am
All right.
also a witness of that.
I'm
But
not
we
going to
might
trust the
be biased.
prosecution here.
I can actually add, even though I'm the prosecutor, I can add that I know that Krisu stole at least one box of nails because I took it from his corpse that night and buried it in a stash. Just to keep some evidence,
which
but
night?
then the stash despawned, yeah. So that I have seen Krisu take at least one box of nails containing, I don't know how many nails there is in box, 70 or something.
Is this true, Krisu? You a thief?
Have you taken one box of nails from the community?
Do you know where I took it from? I could have
No,
taken
but
it
you
just
had it on
off
you.
the ground or somewhere else. Yeah, so
That's not a no. He just said he could have taken it from somewhere else, but he didn't
Sounds
say
extremely
no. I didn't
guilty to
steal
me.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So can we maybe
so there's no
get
proof that I stole it.
Can we maybe get a witness on
What
the
about-
fact that Krisu stole the truck on day one when the community needed it? He brought it back
Oh no,
later,
that's
but he
hearsay.
took it.
That's invalid.
I'm
That has
pretty sure
nothing
there
to do with my client.
must be people in this court that have seen Krisu
Also,
either taking or returning with the truck.
I remember
of the
that.
community. Yeah, the people of the community who was exactly in the community at that time, they were not stopping me. I was asking them if I could take it. Nobody said no. Nobody said yeah. And nobody was stopping me. I told them that I will bring it back, and well, about like maybe hour or two, I brought it back.
I actually know. I actually
If you-
remember that.
if you have something to
Andrew-
say, please approach.
sorry. Yes, here. Actually, Andrew Nomad was making fun of that story. He said, like we easily took a truck from the community without nobody stopping us. We just
well-
get in, take the truck, and get
And-
out.
Is there any member of the Nomads here? Because if not, anything you say, we need someone that can defend.
I
these
say the
words.
There are
truth.
two here.
I say the truth always. Don't worry. Trust me, bro. I say the truth.
I'm not a bro. I'm
Just-
your honor. Okay.
I do remember that exactly. And Andrew was laughing his ass off from that. He said like we.
It does sound
easily get a
something
truck
like
from
what
the
Krisu
community.
would do.
I'd like to proceed here because I think I need to speak in private with the judge, so for a second. So I would like the audience and the defendants and the lawyers just to approach the doors of the courtroom.
Nika. Do you deny the fact that you are a manipulative witch?
I'm not. I'm just telling the truth.
Putting words in the mouth of Krisu. And actions.
No, he was a nomad at that time. That's what nomads do. He had to do it. He had to make a use of being the bad guy. I think you should talk to your client if you don't think it's true.
All right, everybody, will you return to your seats?
Oh, that was way.
Ja, ni har skiten nästan. Kavalla minä ampuin. Vittua.
Okay, so before we make our final
point.
ruling, Mr. Goodman and Mr. K, do you have anything else to further this?
Do you have anything to add, Krisu?
Would you like to speak, Krisu?
No, Joona.
I guess not.
Come on, man. I know you got plenty of things to say. You're never this quiet. Your life rides on the balance here, okay?
Okay. I was innocent. I didn't do shit. And, yeah.
Liar!
Silence!
So,
Don't do it, Michael.
about this conspiracy against the community, you know, I was with Nika, or well, actually Nika was with some allies of the Nomads. He at that time finished Tom, Onni, and Matthias can well, you know what happened there. So they were allies of the Nomads, and Nika was on an adventure with them. I have no idea what they were doing, but so I asked them if I could join, and I did.
You
They
were already
agreed.
here when I came.
And so
Michael, don't do
their
it.
plan was to go to visit the zoners. And well, we came to the zoners. I was completely silent. The zoners didn't know I was there. I took my armband off, and well, Nika obviously knew that I was there. And I'm not sure what was going on in there, but the zoners
Shouldn't
apparently
tell me.
they had some like
No, I came later.
resistance against the Nomad, something similar that we are talking about here, like this Nomads Plus. And well, so zoners opened the doors. Nika didn't say anything, and it was supposed to be the, I don't know, private meeting or something. And
Michael, don't
well,
do anything stupid.
she let me be
Guys in the back, what's going on? We have a testimony right now. Okay.
So yeah, she basically let me to listen to their plans or whatever they had going on over there. And so yeah, at the end
Joona?
they did know it was me, but
Einspruch. What's Einspruch?
Objection, Nika.
Objection.
Objection to what, Nika?
So, the situation Krisu described is the one that I mentioned earlier when he betrayed me, because at that point the zoners knew that the people we came with were allies of the Nomads. They just didn't knew Krisu was there, and I thought they knew because I thought we were all talking in front of the gate, and they must have heard Krisu talk too. So when we entered, we talked about stuff.
Oh shit!
And it wasn't a secret that the other Nomad allies were there, and I know they knew they were Nomad allies because the time we were there before, they actually told them that they were sharing stashes and stuff. And then Krisu made it look like I smuggled him in, even though that was not the... Like, I didn't know we were hiding anybody that was coming in, and it was a shitty situation because there was stuff talked about that shouldn't have been talked about, and I realized it at the moment that it was not done to, like, on purpose.
Also, do you have something to add?
Yeah.
Not to that, but maybe in the interest of
You're
everyone
raising your
who
hand.
was
Do you have
shooting.
something to add?
Who was shooting right now?
I think he's talking, but we're not here.
In the interest of everyone, who was shooting right now and
I don't know.
before the
Outside.
Came from outside.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. We're safe in here from the gunshots for right now.
For all your safety, just keep away from the windows.
Nika.
Okay, it sounds like this is
Outfit,
a
yeah.
extremely tangled mess of lots of
His normal
lies and
outfit.
deception. It's hard to unweave this web from all the spiders crawling. But what it seems like to me is Do you have anything else, Mr. Goodman? Before are you done, Krisu?
I have
'Cause I think we got this. Okay, go ahead and then.
I'm gonna add on the me and Joe situation at the community, how the whole war started.
May I ask a question for the story that was just explained by Krisu?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were you wearing your ordinary outfit that would let people identify you as you?
Yes, I was.
So it was reasonable to assume from my client that everyone at the zoner's base knew that Krisu was inside the base because he looked like he always did.
Not like he does now, like general butt naked. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, when I was there, at least none of the zoners told me that it was me. They, at the end, they started to be kind of sketchy, and they were looking at me with their guns out. And then Zoner Malte came to me and
Like they are now?
told me that he knows it's me. But I'm pretty sure they didn't know it was me at the start. I mean,
But they
of
could
course,
have.
I don't know if they know. They could have known, but they didn't react. Me coming in. Yeah, I would like to add to the situation with me and Joe at the community. I
Yeah,
go
go
with
ahead.
all the whole stuff. War started. So basically, Mr. Rooftop here said that I was pressing Joe's buttons, and that's why he killed me. I mean, that did happen, but so it started with me being in a tent with my radio on. I was actually talking to Nika at that time, and then I mean I'm pretty sure Nika remembers this too.
That's true.
So
I was on the radio.
Sakdo came to me and
I was on the radio as well that day.
oh
I
yeah, you were on
remember.
the radio too. That's right. So Sakdo came to the tent. He was asking me if I have a gun. I had 2 guns on my back and no gun in my backpack. After showing him, he still tried to handcuff me. I mean, yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious I didn't have it because I had 2 guns in my back and no AK in my backpack. So even after that, I showed the backpack to Sakdo. He still didn't believe me and continued to try to handcuff me. So,
Sir, at the time, there was rumors that you were hiding it in your other pocket, your prison wallet. Is this true?
How could that be
Your back
possible?
pocket? Your back pocket?
No, that's not true. So yeah, so then after a while they stopped chasing me, and then Sakdo stopped, and then Joe, he didn't try to handcuff me, but he called me names, especially thief and stuff. He didn't leave me alone basically. So then we started to argue. We shit talking was going on and shit, and then at the end I was talking to Nika, and Joe came behind me and shot me to my back. And then right after that I texted the Nomads.
Ask him if he shot the middle finger to Joe multiple times.
That's how the war started.
Krisu, did you or did you not show your middle finger to Joe multiple times in that conversation?
Yes, I did.
No further questions.
He touched his buttons.
What was that? Z?
He
touched his
he
bottom?
touched his buttons. Yes, that is where.
Touched his butt?
Buttons.
Okay, Judge, did you have some kind of conclusion?
Yeah, I'm waiting. Is everybody finished? Mr. Goodman,
Yep.
Is everybody spoke all their piece?
Yeah, I think we spoke enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it seems like Nika, first, you in fact, I feel and the court feels that you did pour gasoline on the fire to create the war. You invited the Nomads Plus to linger along with the community. It caused some problems, and you didn't really do it enough to protect the community. Our side on this, Krisu. I mean, it's already known that you definitely have a small wiener, and you stole the nails and you stole the truck.
Your side.
The court is finding you both guilty. Guilty. Okay. But our executioner didn't show up today, so there's not going to be any death sentence. But
nice.
The court, well, not for you, sir. The court's punishment, you both have to remove all your clothing and your shoes, and leave this place butt naked. And that'll be your.
I have a better idea.
Not gonna happen. There's currently a fucking sniper outside. That's name is from most
Your
likely
Honor.
Martin.
I have a better idea. Let Krisu and Nika fight with their fists.
Yes,
Ooh,
fight,
wow.
fight.
Prosecutor, what do you think of this?
Sounds like a excellent idea.
So
Let the
are we
courts
saying
decide
that?
their fate.
So this is like a trial by combat now. So whoever the winner is will be found innocent and the loser's guilty. Is that what's going to happen?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it
Is it a fair
fight?
fight to have to fight against a multiple boxing champion? I don't think so.
Is it a
But I will
fight to
do
the
my
death
best.
or just till unconscious?
Uncon.
Okay, well, the commander says he approves of this. Just a humble servant.
I approve.
Okay, well, you guys know the rules. You've been here before. You've done this
Can the
multiple
small
times.
pole please move back in the ranks and don't stand up where the prosecutor stands?
Hey! Hey, what's going on over there? I say we wait for
All right, well. All right, well, who wants to start this fight? Commander, you
I
wanna...
can.
Yeah, let Malta do it. Just
Oh yeah, that's
fire.
what I'm doing here.
Let's go.
Oh god, not the sword.
So this
Boy.
wins his place. Her place.
can make
Right
first
hook,
blood.
the right hook. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Vittu.
Go
Jos sinä tälle häviät, niin sinä maailman paskin pelaa vittu.
Otaks se naiselta pataa?
Hit him with that gypsy magic.
No!
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Krisu, don't you fucking dare go uncon.
Oi. Oi.
Oh.
Oi.
Oh,
Hyvä.
Oh, we're close. We're
I'm
close.
blinking red, but I'm dying.
no.
Krisu's innocence has been proven. Krisu's innocence has been proven.
Mitä?
No.
Mitä?
Okay, well then, I guess justice has been served or something. I'm happy with this. Yeah.
Mut se vittu sniper ei samassa kamat.
Please no looting and no
Onko?
logging out inside here.
Oh.
Leaving.
What's the coincidence? This guy has 70 nails in his inventory.
Oh, he's
What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
Shoot me.
Guilty.
Can everyone go?
Clip incoming.
Not part
Seth,
of us.
Seth.
Thank you.
He's in that field.
Pastor, please.
Tämä huorju. No sitten.
That was fast.
Okay, Zagdu. Apparently, yeah. I just came out of court and went back home after they killed me. Well, what was your stake about what happened in the Vybor community? Apparently you saw Krisu steal some stuff. You tried to comprehend him about that. Can you elaborate a little on that?
There was a big conspiracy about people trying to make the Nomads attack Vybor community. There were certain people who wanted to make a discord between the two groups.
And how do you know about that?
That's it in short. You have I heard the rumors and I know about certain conspiracy to get all the people of the server to attack Nomads. Because I was also in that one. It was actually arranged by Nika. We're supposed to have a big attack on the Nomad base.
Yeah, I remember that one.
After Bush made some very good moves towards the Nomads, I think whole attack was called off since Nomads got beaten real bad. But that was only the end of the conspiracy. Before that, there were many attempts to try to cause the Nomads to attack us and stuff like that. There were many false flag operations, people coming with white armbands and shooting people in the Vybor, and I think it was also vice versa in the Nomad base. They used blue armbands there to shoot people.
Yeah. And can you elaborate a little bit more what happened on the moment Krisu attacked Joe? Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that. That was, let's say, 1.5 hour event. Started with Krisu stealing nails from the ground. That was all on my video from my collection of the end of the Vibe collection. Yeah, and that Krisu came very aggressively towards Joe. He came and made joke about him, and I think he even tied him up at some point and stuff like that. Krisu provoked him for 1.5 hour. He lost his temper and went out and shot him in the head in the yard.
Yeah.
They tried to have a boxing match and such like that, but Krisu didn't want to do that, and he kept just insulting Joe for all the time there. And then he told about the stuff that he did to us. He had killed Thomas, tried to steal our truck. Well, technically, on one other event, he actually did steal our truck, but they returned it without materials inside. Whole event of truck stealing. Also, they tried to steal our truck with the full of blanks, but I think that was prevented. But a lot of us died during that day.
And what was the involvement of Nika and how do you see it? Both guilty? Only one of them guilty?
At least I know Krisu gave that information. People where the truck was. I'm pretty sure Krisu was the one who kept provoking Joe all the time. Shoot him. Was basically begging Joe to shoot him.
But the master plan was not basically Joe, it was just a trigger that provoked the war. But the mastermind, you think, the one who makes sure that the community and the Nomads went to war, who was behind that, according to your vision?
I think the Krisu made the provocation stuff and he triggered the Nomad attack on us. After that, Nika was the one who tried to conspire with all the other groups to attack Nomads. Even the Rangers, or not Rangers, but the Yellow Armband Zoners were also involved in that plot.
Yeah.
Nika tried to get everyone, even the Freddy's group, to attack the Nomads.
Was there any conspiracy before that by Nika?
Yes, that I only heard from the Zoners. That Nika tried to get Zoners to help them with a certain coup coup to overthrow Ghost and install somebody else on the head of Vybor Community. That I know for pretty sure. And I think that also was one of the attempts to try to lead the Vybor in the war with the Nomads after we would have a new leadership that was very against the Nomads.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know the good doctor was also involved in that plot, and maybe some other members too.
But that
We will
community ended.
interview.
Hmm?
Yeah, that sadly ended. It was a good community while it lasted. I love building it and making a really big community, and I think we made pretty good group effort. Although the ending wasn't the best one, but still loved it. Best season ever.